Well, hello and welcome to this week's edition of Steve Moran Selects. We're here to preview the action right here at Flemington on Saturday. It's Australian Guineas Day as the Melbourne Festival of Racing continues. Steve Moran jumps in to join me. The Guineas is what we're talking about, and you made a bold prediction going back a few weeks ago about a filly out of New Zealand for this race.
We can say it now, and I'm happy to say it again. I think she is the horse to beat. This is a fantastic Guineas. Capacity field of 16. I think it's one of the best Guineas we've seen for quite some time. There's tremendous depth. Absolutely awesome. The horse that probably plenty of punters would like to back is number 20, Fourth Emergency, and probably won't get a run. Just amazing after the Hayes Stakes. Glenn Boss, he must have fantastic peripheral vision. Within seconds of getting off engine number 9 that day, he went straight to Mike Moran and said, I want to ride Absolutely Awesome in the Guineas. He's probably not going to get that chance now. He'll ride Shamrocker for Danny O'Brien. A filly, along with We Can Say It Now, along with Leon McDonald's Southern Speed, and adds a real element of interest in Playing God from the West. You wonder whether these two visitors, Playing God and We Can Say It Now, with the weight for age wins over older horses on their CVs, just puts them a notch above. Maybe a couple of trainers at the locals say, well, maybe if we'd run in weight for age races, we might have given them a shake as well. But I think one of the two visitors will win. I lean to We Can Say It Now. I'm pleased they put Craig Williams on board this filly because he's just the best in terms of knowing how races are going to be run, walking the track, assessing the opposition, knowing exactly what he has to do. And I think from an awkward gate, he'll know that he's got to go forward. And if she can land reasonably handy with some cover, I think she's the one to beat.
All right, so We Can Say It Now. As we said, you made that prediction here on RVTV going back a number of weeks ago. Let's go through the remainder of your selections in this particular race. You've got her on top. You mentioned Playing God as well. We saw the C.S. Hayes Stakes and the Vanity here. Bull Bars comes out of that. Do you give him any hope?
Yes, certainly give him a hope. I thought the place getters in the Hayes were also very good. Spirited Eagle had a little break between runs. And Starts Me Up, the unheralded horse from Queensland. His run was terrific. Now he's, again, very awkwardly drawn on Saturday. Will make it difficult. Peter Moody, it seems, hasn't given up hope with Anna Cheever, the Caulfield Guineas winner. Number of gear changes for him. And of course, he comes back to the set weights. And that's the thing about the Hayes. The three place getters had the advantage at the weights that day. I think they can all run well. Others with claims in the race under the Eiffel, they've paid the late entry fee. I thought Eclair Surprise was probably every bit as good as him at Caulfield, and he can run a terrific race. There's great depth in this Guineas, Sean. I don't think it's a walk in the park for any horse here at all.
Barrier 20 for the filly that won the Vanity, Leon McDonald's runner there, Southern Speed. What's that mean for her chances?
Makes it difficult. I think they'll have no option other than to go back. So then you're relying a little bit on luck and some cover at the back of the field and a good enough tempo and enough pressure up front to allow her to run on. But what we saw the other day was spectacular, I thought. She won running away from useful opposition. There's a very good race in her. She'll need a bit of luck though.
Alrighty, so we've had a look at the Guineas. We Can Say It Now, the Kiwi filly, your top selection. What about your best bet on Saturday?
Best bet, I'm going for Saddler's Story for Robert Smurden. It'll be a little bit of odds. G's run the other day in that 2,000 metre race was terrific. Just the perfect lead-in for this 2,600 metre Roy Higgins quality. He's got a very good dry track staying record. He's the best bet, very much conditional on the track being good. He needs firm ground. No luck at all in the baggage. Everyone knows now he hurt himself at the start when he began very awkwardly. This is his right race. He's in the right weight range. Remind me not to say that again. And I think he's terrific value. I think he'll win. Just back him straight. Win only. Because he tends to win or he's not quite on song. I'll like him a lot, Saddler Story.
Alrighty, that is your best bet. What about your best each way?
Best each way, I think, is Orbit Express, race 8, number 3. Has the weight advantage here on his old foe, Dan Xylem. They often meet. And he's got such a fantastic record. Flemington, 1,400 metres, Orbit Express. Again, conditional, track good. He must have firm ground. He can win if it's good to dead. But if you're really bored tonight, just pull out his form and just look at every run on a genuine good. He's got a fantastic record. He's great value each way, Orbit Express.
Orbit Express there. And you mentioned Eclair Surprise earlier on when you were talking about the Guineas. Your best roughie?
Yeah, look, I think he is. Sean, Peter Moody, Ben Mallam rides, awkwardly drawn. would go back in any case, doesn't overly concern me. His fresh run at Caulfield I thought was every bit as good as Under the Eiffels. He meets Under the Eiffel a couple of kilos better. Second up, emerging horse. I think he's the best roughie on the program.
Alrighty, so there we go. Steve's look at the Australian Guineas meeting here at Flemington on Saturday. As we said, the Melbourne Festival of Racing continues. Also a terrific program Friday night at Moonee Valley with the Group 2 there for the fillies. Lights of Heaven, the horse to watch there. If you want all of Steve's selections for Saturday's meeting, you can find them in this week's edition of Best Bets, and you'll find that at your nearest news agency. Good punting.